halftime, full time, extra time. Debonair's Pizza. Try something amazing.
Welcome to another edition of Kickoff on the Couch, proudly brought to you by Debonair's. It's the last one of the year. And once again, I'm joined by my esteemed colleague, Mr. Zola Doda. Zols, it's the aftermath of the Telkom knockout final. Let's talk briefly about that. Do you think, were Chiefs really bad? Was Sundowns really good? Was it a combination of the two?
I think it was a combination of two. Because look at Sundowns matches leading up to the cup final. The team has been playing well. They didn't start the season too well because they lost early in the end.
Yeah, but so must full.
Exactly. And Sundowns fans wanted him out as well. So ever since then, he's turned the corner. This team has been playing well, and they've continued to play well in the league, and now into the cup game as well. And ironically, in the final, they played against a team that they've never beaten in the cup final before. We all know what happened before in the Dortmund's cup final as well. So Sundowns went to this game wanting to win it by all means, in order for Peter to win his only trophy that was missing in his contract as well. So I think Sundowns did well to win. They have better quality than Chiefs. Chiefs' defense was not convincing.
Well, I wanted to ask you about that. The decision to start Morgan Gould, I think it was his first start in 255 days. It's risky.
It's very risky, but the thing is now Chiefs doesn't have players because the son Cardoso is still out injured as well. They are missing Mashamaite.
But they had Sianda on the bench, fully fit.
Yeah, but the thing is, the thing about Sianda as well as Matoho, they are defenders who are not communicating a lot. So you can't have the two of them playing, but yesterday they didn't play because Matoho was out. So, and then you have Gold coming back from injury, and then you have Godinho. So I think for me, Chiefs in this transfer window, they need to go out to the market and buy a quality defender. We can't take shortcuts and hoping to get a bargain, because now if Chiefs want to restore their reputation, they need to go to the market, buy a quality defender that will help the team regain the confidence.
Now, Compella's only been in charge for 5 months. Is it too early to start talking about Compella being under pressure? He's only lost 3 games, but then of course those games have been the MTN8 final, the Telkom final, and the Soweto Derby.
But look, if you employ an experienced coach, like for instance Stuart Baxter, then he starts losing games, you're going to say it's too early because you know what he has done before. He's got the reputation of winning. But now you're employing someone, Steve Compella, who's coming from Maritzburg United, who doesn't have a history of winning. So the Chiefs is going to panic. It's obvious. They're going to panic. They're going to ask themselves the question, did you do the right decision by appointing this person? And Stuart Baxter is also available. So that's going to put a lot of pressure for Steve. Because this is Kaizer Chiefs. Second place as Kaizer Chiefs is not acceptable. Reaching to cup finals is good, but losing both of them is not acceptable. So the pressure is always going to be there for him.
Do you think there's a chance of Baxter coming back?
Whether he comes back or not, they will consider him because he is available and he's won league titles before. Chiefs has won cup matches. The players respect him, the media is respecting him. He doesn't have anything to prove into this country. So the pressure will always be there for Chiefs. And for any coach that takes over a big club like Kaizer Chiefs, you are one trophy away from being trusted by fans. As long as you don't win that trophy, I'm sorry, it's not going to happen.
Exactly. Doesn't get easier for Compella, of course. This weekend they're playing the log leaders, the Wits. If Compella loses that one, and it's not preemptive or jinxing or whatever, do you think, what's the thinking going to be amongst the Chiefs fans? Because it was already put so, the Compella must falls last night all over social media. Is it just a few guys getting a bit crazy and not seeing the bigger picture, or will another loss, which will push Wits quite a few points ahead and drop Chiefs further down?
Look, I think we don't really know what's going on behind the scenes in Nacho Arena, but if Chiefs do lose against Wits, there will be some very, very serious consideration taking place in Nacho Arena, because Chiefs will really think about it. Do we have the right man to take us forward and to the future, and do we have the right person to take us to the end of the season? Because Chiefs is a winning club, and there's nothing more acceptable than not winning. So I think they will consider it, and Baxter's available. So if they do lose against Wits, I won't be surprised if they recall him.
It's the last weekend of the season, of a very staggered season, but it's a big one. The other big game, of course, is now the Telkom champs up against Pirates, which are another club where we're not certain what the future might hold for Tinkler. If Tinkler loses, or if Pirates lose on Sunday, that Pirates are far behind the top dogs. The pressure is going to increase on him as well. We might see both Soweto teams looking for new coaches come
And
Yeah,
all the
so
clubs
we-
this weekend are at a disadvantage because I mean this is the last game of the year and the clubs haven't played for a very long time. So
Yeah.
I think that's going to have a negative impact on all the teams except for Chiefs who play this weekend, as well as Sundowns, as well as Free State Stars and Chipper. So other teams,
yeah.
as so as
Yeah.
Free State Stars and Tuks, but other teams will be at a disadvantage. But looking at Tinkler, I think Tinkler for me is more under pressure than Steve Compella.
Yeah.
Because in my opinion, Pirates have already taken a decision on what to do with Eric Tinkler. So whether he wins this weekend or doesn't win, they have already taken the decision, and I don't think they will continue with him as a coach of Pirates.
And where are we going to get a new coach for Pirates?
You know, it's hard because we can talk about Kroll, we can talk about Costa Papic, but only Ivan Kosa knows who is going to appoint as the next coach for
Yeah.
Pirates.
So let's just quickly move abroad briefly before we go. Your beloved Chelsea. Speaking of coaches under fire, now at the time of writing, so to speak, 1 point above the relegation zone,
Yeah.
and it's not getting better. I mean, Abramovich in October publicly stated his backing for
Yeah.
Mourinho. Now there's reports that earlier in this week there was board meetings. What's your opinion? Do you think that Abramovich might just decide, this
The
is gone
truth
too
is,
far?
had his contract not been renewed in June this year, he would have been out already. But now his contract was renewed,
Yeah.
and sacking Mourinho is going to cost us £40 million. So it's going to be difficult for them because I mean, should Chelsea pay out Mourinho £40 million, that's going to work against the FIFA, the UEFA financial fair play. So that's the biggest the issue around Mourinho. But he's not doing well. The players do not want to play for him. He feels the players have betrayed him, and I think the players also feel that he's betrayed them because I mean, you can't just go to the media and make a statement like this. So it's going
He's
to
not
be
wrong though, is he? I mean, all those guys that did so well for them when they won the championship, the title last year. I mean, the guys like Cesc and Matic and Costa. I was reading a thing yesterday, the last time Eden Hazard scored a goal. Klopp was still at Dortmund, and Caitlin Jenner was still a man.
Look, the difficult thing for any team is, when you have 1, 2, 3 players or 4,
Yeah.
then it's easy to work out. It's easy to work it out. But when you have almost the entire team off form, then it's very, very difficult. And English Premiership is not like other leagues because other leagues everything is basically based on technical ability. In England, even smaller teams, the minute they see that you're off form, they'll always put that extra effort.
Especially this season, huh?
Yeah, exactly, especially this season. So it's very difficult. Whether you're playing against Swansea, whether you're playing against Bournemouth, whether you're playing against Leicester City, English teams will always put that extra effort, especially if they see that you're off form. So this is really very difficult time for Chelsea, and now the team has about 4 matches before the end of the year. So I think a decision will be taken before
But
January.
even then, you can't just go into the market and start buying a whole lot of new players. I mean, those players will then take time to gel, and it's not as easy as just slotting them in and suddenly all your problems will fix. But anyways, we'll see how it goes. By the time this video comes out, you might be looking for a new manager anyway. Anyways, thanks, Jules. Thanks for your contributions throughout the year on the couch, and thank you guys for watching. Look out for the new edition of Kicker Magazine. It's hitting shelves today. It's another bumper edition, and it'll get you through the Christmas period. Thank you very much.
Halftime. Full time. Extra time. Debonair's Pizza. Try something amazing.